Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another RSG Wednesday night live stream, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. That lump of crap down there is Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire, Fruity Pebbles as we like to call him.
Howdy, peoples.
And last but not least, we've got the lover, not the fighter, the lightsaber builder, the harem owner, Sir Loki. DJ Sir Loki is here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good to be here.
Yes.
No, we call Finn Fruit Snack.
Fruit snack. Okay, so what did I say?
Yeah.
I said Fruity Pebbles. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fruit snack. Sorry. So
Fruit Snack.
yes, Fruit snack. That's his call sign when we're out in our fighter jets. But I digress. Welcome to another Wednesday night stream on this hump day. Skewers, let us hear you. Get those greetings going on in chat. Give your signs. Whip out your pickles. Stroke your Wookiees. There's all kinds of fun ways for you guys to interact with us while we're streaming. And you can do funny little clips and sound bites and stuff while we're streaming through Stream Elements. Or if you're subbed over on Twitch, you can play all the sound bites and donate bits there and get the we've had many started. A hype train started over there. So that should all go through OBS. If you want to interact on YouTube, you can with super chats and doing the fun little emojis you get for being a sponsor. So there's all kinds of fun ways you guys can interact with us. We also are a very interactive stream that we will take your questions. If you have a question you would like to pose to us, all you need to do is send your question into the chat. Make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question statement, and then we will get that scooped up. And by we, I mean Dr. Finn. So if you want your question actually scooped up, there's a certain format you got to use, and that's actually put the word question in front of your question statement. If you don't do that, if you don't actually put the word question there, then, well, I'm not going to tell you. You ain't going to probably get your question answered. So, yes, I stand before you a tired and miserable sort because I have been doing nothing but digging out roots and crushing rocks and farting around that goddamn hill. So, but I'm glad to have you guys here. I hope everyone's being safe. I hope everyone's being as well, and I hope you guys are sitting back and have some fun. There's some news today. We'll cover it. I mean, it's trickling out, so we are getting something, but we'll probably spend a lot of time just doing the Q&A. Now, usually a couple things. Usually we always shout out our Patreons, things of that nature. That will not happen tonight. I'm just going to shout you out now to all our Patreons, all our YouTube sponsors, all our Twitch followers and subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm redoing my computer. There's still more work to be done on the PC. I just got all the files. I don't have everything uploaded because it's hard to go through and figure out what's what. But eventually we'll get all that fixed. But the good news is we got everything set up that we can stream and have fun with you guys. So there you go. Special treat for the VIPs. We had Loki do his GAC for us during the pre-stream while Finn took a shower and didn't interact with anybody. Just throwing that out there. Thanks, Finn. Thanks for making me and Loki do all the work as usual. Just going to drink some bourbon while I think on that. Bourbon. When you have Finn in your life and you need to forget all the troubles that he caused, bourbon. Made by us. People. All right. Is there any other news or announcements? We got some big stuff coming up, Finn. I know on Halloween we got some stuff going on, right?
Yeah. So we're going to have two different charity streams on Halloween. We're going to have Loki, who is going to be our host with the most on a Magic the Gathering tournament that we're going to have that begins around 11 a.m. Eastern time. So just an FYI, we're not going to have Jedi Academy on that day.
No.
We're going to have 2 charity streams. We're going to have the Magic the Gathering first, and then at 11:59 p.m., Spooktober is going to basically have 1 minute to end as we roll into November with a midnight spook stream where myself, Grim, and McVenom, plus potentially rotating but potentially a special guest, is going to be joining us as we play Phasmophobia through the night with scare alerts where you guys can donate and cause those scare alerts. Because we know as we've been playing Phasmophobia, you guys have wanted to do that 666 donation. We've been holding it because this way you guys can donate to the ACS and scare us at the same time. It is a win-win proposition there. So make sure you guys do all your Halloween festivities and everything. But if you guys always have time, jump onto the RSG channel, whether it's on YouTube for the Magic the Gathering or the Spooktober Phasmophobia at midnight on Twitch. Make sure you guys have RSG in your minds on Halloween.
That's right. And it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to get dressed up that day, so it'll be a fun day. I'll be hanging out with Loki during Magic the Gathering, so it'll be me and Loki. I'll be doing color commentary. Can't even speak all of a sudden. Anything else going on? I can't think. Any other big news?
Go Dodgers.
Yeah, go Dodgers. They'll probably work it up like normal. I mean, what this is the 4th straight World Series. They gotta win one, man. I mean, I just wanted to stop losing the World Series. So win this one, we can move past the Dodgers winning anything. Jesus Christ. Although that would be kind of cool, Loki. You would have the Lakers and the Dodgers winning the championship.
They're gonna have the double parade going. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, man.
Yep.
I'm just saying that'd be kind of
wait.
dope as to the ropus. What? Wait, what? You said wait. Wait for what?
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, you can't wait. God damn
Yeah.
it, your mic.
It's gonna happen.
Anyway, I digress and move on. Hello, everybody in chat. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Glad to have you guys here. I think that covers all the announcements. It's going to be a hectic next 2 weeks because I'm going to be working on the Hill religiously, so my time spent with you guys will be limited. Luckily, we've got other great stuff that we got going on. If you haven't checked out RSG, we got D&D and other games we're playing over on Twitch. You can check that out. Finn's been doing a good job of keeping you guys entertained over there. But pretty much I'm doing the lunch stream and then I'm on the Hill. So I'm usually a mess when I get done. I mean, I was filthy today, Finn. If you'd seen Loki, Finn, if you'd seen me coming off that hill today, man, I mean, I was completely covered. I looked like I'd been like low crawling through the mud in the jungles again, man. I looked horrible.
Damn.
You know, I just literally went to the washroom, wash and dryer, just put my clothes there. I'm like, nope. We went to the shower, man. It was bad. The things we deal with. This is not even the hard part. Tomorrow's going to be really bad, but I can let everything wash over me with this good, wholesome Star Wars Galaxy Heroes goodness. And the good thing is tomorrow we'll be here. Big announcement next Tuesday, as long as I have the PC fixed. Big shout out to Corinth in the chat. I know he likes to listen, but big shout out to Corinth, who's been helping me get everything fixed with the PC. We've got more moving parts than we've ever had before. And boy, it's a lot, and Corinth's been there every step of the way helping us make sure everything's good to go. So big shout out to Corinth. Next Tuesday, if everything works, I will be doing the first anime review stream with Lady Deadpool. So if you want to have fun, if you love anime, we're going to start reviewing every anime and having fun with that because we're both anime junkies. I think we've each seen over 9,000 animes. It's stupid. We were like little children talking about anime the other day in a Zoom call. Like, which one do you want to do? I want to do this one. Let's do that. So that'll be a lot of fun for you guys. Now that'll be on a separate channel. I'll announce all that crap next week. So, and we should have D&D this week. We have a lot of work to do before then to get everything set up, but we'll keep you posted on that depending on how the PC shit goes. Because I have to upgrade the hard drive and add some other new stuff. And all right, Dr. Finn. Enough of that crap. Let's get into some SWGOH stuff. That's all the reality skewed gamers and stuff that I want to announce, unless you have anything else. Nope. Okay, moving on. Let's get into the news. All right. We had an update, but then we had the event calendar came up, and then we also had Well, we had three things. Grain of Reason Season 12 was announced. We had the calendar come out, and then we had an update to issue involving the Make Good for Light Side GOTB Phase 4. Where do we want to start first, Dr. Finn?
Whichever one is on the top.
That's what she said. Okay. We didn't do the shout out word of the day. We're not really going to be able to do that because I can't see shit.
It's okay. We'll just do more questions.
We'll do more questions. I think that'll be more interactive for you guys. So let's see here. Okay, so the first one is update to the issue involving the Make Good for Light Side GOTV Phase 4. Feels like they were doing a charity stream here. From Dojo Fett. He says, hey, Holotable Heroes, we ran into some technical issues yesterday when sending out the Make Good related to last weekend's territory battle. Also, to clear up confusion, if you're a player in an affected guild, you will be receiving rewards as well. This is a guild-wide distribution, not player-specific. All players in guilds identified as affected will receive a total of 1,000 get 1, 1,500 get 2, and 250 crystals. And I did verify that they did get that because Loki got it. Also, please note that the reason you did get it. Also, please note that the reason some players received a message that appeared to be empty, not containing rewards, is because that message went out to all affected players first, with follow-up messages containing the actual rewards. Thank you for your patience. And then he said, here recently, we begun the process of resending the making. Okay, so there we go. What did you think, Loki? Phase 4, there were some bugs and stuff. I mean,
it's unfortunate. So what it was is there were specifically 3 battles that would get stuck on the loading screen. So I think it was the Ray battle. Okay. So I can tell you the ones that weren't. It was we were able to do the there's the Nexu, right? So there's that battle was fine, and then I think there was a 501st or a Galactic Republic one. That one was okay. Ships was okay, and then the rest of them were bugged. And what happened was you complete a phase, and then it's basically RNG if you get into the next phase. And sometimes it was crashing at 1 of 4 waves or 2 of 4 waves or whatever. So it was I really felt bad for the officers that organized territory battle, and took all the time to guide us through phases 1 through 3, and then you get to phase 4 and you set yourself up for really good runs, and then this happens. So it's I hate to say it, but it's a lot of time wasted. Paw Patrol did okay still, but I mean, I felt bad for the officers. So I mean, hats off to all the officers that were managing this, and it's an unfortunate thing if your guild was stuck in that bug. But they did okay. They could have done better, but
do you think the rewards for what was there was adequate?
I would say no, because the time you got to do it, it's hard to make up the time, man. I mean, they should have given more. But you got like 1,000 get 1 and like 1,500 get 2 and like 250 crystals, which is it's not much for the time wasted, especially to the guys that really like to plan territory battles. So so again, my hats off to you guys for guiding guilds and doing that. It's a tough job.
Yeah.
But Doja Fett did what he could. I mean, I think he was getting a little bit of flack from the forums because he kind of went silent a little bit, and then boom, he came out with this announcement.
Well, I think that this happened on.
It happened over the weekend.
Yeah, and they don't really.
So no, we didn't expect them to do anything on the weekend. Yeah. And the problem is territory battle ended Monday morning, right? So realistically thinking, they're not going to get anything done Monday morning. The problem though was they did have a compensation plan. They rolled it out on Tuesday and it didn't work, right? So people got the blank message already. So they re-rolled it again today. So I mean, they screwed up on Tuesday or Monday afternoon, Tuesday, and then they made it right today. But it just sucks. It sucks for the people that were planning it, and it's a weekend territory battle, right? I mean, it's guys were playing on the weekend, planning and guiding the guilds, and it's tough. All
right. Any thoughts on this, Finn?
I'm honestly kind of kind of to what Loki was saying, like, I think it's actually a good, I know it might not be enough for the time and everything, but in general, it's just like the first time in a long time we've seen CG give a reward to something because of a mistake, right? Normally it's just kind of like it happened, or is very minimal, or they just kind of do a little bit lip service, and we know what kind of is involved with that. Like, it's anything that's a make good, like they're giving away for free, they kind of have to clear, kind of up the chain a little bit to give that away. So I'm actually, despite the quality kind of being a little bit lower, this is a lot more in line with a bunch of other games, which is that if they make a mistake, the mistakes will happen. They do something to correct it, right? And people are always going to pick as to whether or not it was a good reward, a bad reward, or whether it was enough and whatnot. But the fact that they actually gave away something and it's questionably reasonable, I think is a good sign, at least for the direction of the game. I hope this continues for other things. And I think even every now and then, if they give like 100 crystals for even the smallest things to players, would be enough to show like they understand what the issues are. So they did this, I think, in the very early stages of the game. They haven't in a long time, and now hopefully they're going to go back to it, where if they make a mistake, it's just, yeah, let's just give them 100 crystals. It'll show that we acknowledge that we made a mistake. They can stay quiet for the fact that we didn't give them anything for it, and we can just move on. So good direction, I think, with the game. I'm not going to... Doja Fett was the communicator for this, but he's obviously very new. So all of this has been happening, hopefully, before he even came in to get this kind of process through. So I'll give a shout out just to CG in general for trying to push it in this direction, and hopefully this is something that continues.
All right.
So it makes you wonder, though, what exactly changed to where, they introduced Galactic Legends, but I mean, what does that have to do with an existing game mode, with existing phases? Because other guilds were going into phase 4. They were battling Nexu. They were battling the other phases and didn't have issues before. So it makes you kind of wonder what they're doing in the background to that this bug would happen. And it wasn't a specific team either that you went in for each phase. Yeah. It's any team. It's any team. It didn't matter. Because we tried that. We tried that as a guild. We had a couple guys try to bring in Jedi Master Luke and bring in the Galactic Legend and Rey and whatever, and you still got it. I mean, it didn't matter who you brought in. So something definitely changed.
And I think that may be based on the data mines. So if some of the data mines recently have pointed out that there's a lot of other stuff that we don't see being included in their game in the back end, right? There's also the issue now of people, and I think you had this happen just now in our pre-stream, Loki, where the turn meter bars are disappearing, right? Just
right,
randomly
yeah. You noticed that, right? Like,
yeah.
I saw it and I was like, dude, when's my SLKR going to take a turn? I can't even tell.
And there's a few people that have been reporting that their turn meter bars are just like randomly getting removed. So chances are that they're updating it in the back. There's the data mine that shows that there's a new Galactic Challenge coming out, right? We know that the Galactic Challenges have their own kind of buffs and debuffs that they are, like, I should say, buffs on each enemy and unit and environmental stuff. So it's possible they're enhancing that. There's also some images that potentially look like a new game mode, like the outline doesn't seem like it matches anything else we have in game right now. It's kind of similar, but kind of not. So it's possible, optimistic thinking here, don't take this as anything concrete, but it's possible that they're working on like a new raid and starting to introduce some of those. And the mechanics that they're introducing as part of the raid may be what's causing this. So I think you're right. It's not just the Galactic Legends that are causing this. They're updating things in the back. And the data miners are finding it. So awesome job to those from SWGOH Events and Sig and Barbarossa and that crew. They're finding these things in the data mines. And I think that's what's ultimately leading to these. Now, good thing, in one way I'm looking at it, Loki, is if they're slowly introducing these things and is breaking little things along the way, that is so much better than if they just waited to introduce the entire thing and broke like half the game, right? So at least now, if they saw this issue with TB, they can now fix this. They know moving forward what the issue is with TB. Then they'll release something else that's related to it to get to the next step. Right. And then if something else breaks, they can fix it. But it's not just all at once causing like a whole system outage. So It's not optimal, of course, but I think we all have to be just cognizant of the fact that if they start updating things are probably going to break. We have to be somewhat reasonable about that. Even if you beta test it, and I don't want to go on the whole beta testing stuff, but even if you beta test it, there's a chance it breaks in a live environment because you just can't test certain things, right? You can't test the volume. You can't necessarily test every single combination that millions of players are going to be doing versus whatever your beta is. Like, you try to make the beta large enough, chances are something is going to slip. It's natural, and I'm used to that working in IT, that sometimes betas try to cover as much as possible, but sometimes you just miss something every now and then. So in the scheme of things, I wish the rewards were maybe a little bit better based on what was lost, but I think it's reasonable. It's in that realm of reasonable. And the fact that they're hopefully addressing it and it looks like they're working on something else, I think is a good sign long term as well. So,
yep.
Right. Very nice. Okie dokie. Next item on the agenda. So that was item number 1. We've got the new event calendar for November, which kind of ties into the Grand Arena Season 12 being Bounty Hunter themed stuff, things, rewards. So you can see the list of things here. There's nothing really. It's all the fleet mastery, things of that nature. Radis comes back on the 1st of November, Endurance on the 18th. I'm just looking for the fleet mastery. So finalizers will be back on the 7th. And then Radis will be back on the 23rd, right before Thanksgiving. Maybe it is on Thanksgiving. I don't know. So we got all that. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, this month is also the 5-year anniversary month, if I'm not mistaken. So we have that to look forward to. We have the territory battles, Rebel Assault, and Geo Republic Offense on the 12th, and then same thing on the 27th. So we have those 3. We have 4 territory wars, the 4th, the 8th, the 19th, the 23rd. Grand Arena, 3v3 plus 1 fleet. Now, this brought up a little confusion in the forums, and they did clarify. 3v3 plus 1 fleet is for everybody but Division 2 and Division 1. That will still be the 2 fleets. I did read that in the forums, and they did clarify that. So, Loki, we will be putting down 2 more fleets. Yay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the Galactic Challenges, it says Navarro on the 6th to 13th will be Droid, Enemy of the Empire, and then Bounty Hunters on the 20th and the 27th. Enemy will be Scoundrels. So you'll use your Bounty Hunters and your Droids for the upcoming Galactic Challenges. That's not including the one that's still due for this one. So we'll probably get one here soon, if I'm not mistaken. This week, sometime for this
Ranger,
weekend.
can I ask where you saw the clarification of the 2 fleets?
It was in the forums. I don't have it in front of me right now. So
I'm wondering who said it, because there's no reply that I can find from Dojafet or Crumb.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
It came from the moderators. They were quoting, saying that this is what it was supposed to be. So I don't know. It's
because normally Crumb or someone goes into that post and puts like an edit into there saying that the fleet is only 1 for this and 2 for that. Because that was something I was looking for, and I've seen nothing from Crumb or Dojafet about that.
Well, I don't know if they've officially posted about it, but when I was reading the forums, the moderators came in and said that this is the actual clarification, that they made a boo-boo with, and that they would say that they would try to make sure that that was clear moving forward. But they just thought that that was understood. So,
well, I'll recommend right now that if that is the case, put an edit in that calendar post.
Yeah, I agree.
Because honestly,
that was part of the thing that they said.
Because people will look for the responses from CG people. We are not going to go searching for the responses from moderators.
No, I agree.
It's just not going to happen. It's also not reasonable for players to expect information. It's nice that the moderators are being told this, but it needs to come from somebody from CG in that post as an edit. So if that's the case, they need to edit that post and put it in there.
All right. The other big news from the calendar is the login character for November is Boba Fett. Are we officially going to say that we're getting Mando characters coming up here soon. I mean, come on.
We've been saying that.
Yeah, we've been
I've said
saying
it
that
since IG-88.
I know, we've been saying it for a long time. That, you know, especially once we get to a certain point, like, you know, we got 3 data mine characters. We know that Boba Fett's now the logging character of the month. I mean, would you be shocked? So let me put it this way: would you be more shocked that it was something else than Mando shit at this point?
I don't know.
More shocked.
I don't know if shocked is the right word though.
Surprised.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something other than Mando. I mean, maybe they introduce the Mandalorian tag.
Maybe
they could do that, right? Boba could be part of that. They could. I mean, it's not. I don't think they're going to go into EU, but they could introduce a new version of Boba as well if they really wanted to.
They could. See, the thing that really threw me was like for 27 days and 7 hours left, we have the special pack where you can get Mano Grief and Kara Shars for 12.99 crystals. That one, I was like,
But that's likely not going to be related to anything, right? Because even if we look at the timeline, they still have to introduce 2 more Mando characters. Right, so let's assume that they introduce Quill and they introduce IG-11. Unless they accelerate their timelines like they kind of did Piet, the end of 30 days is not 6 weeks, which is roughly how long it takes from the introduction of a marquee to the point that they're going to be used in an event.
If they do it, we assume that
they do, which I still think is going to be a Moff Gideon legendary event. I'm still sticking to that. Makes the most sense with everything we have in the game, which is the 3 current Mando characters of Mando, Grief, and Kara.
Yep.
Add Quill and IG-11. You use those to get a Moff Gideon legendary character, and you start introducing some of the Empire characters who then work with him, but you use him as a set. Like, that makes the most sense in this game for any progression of those characters. So 30 days is not enough to get those. The only way to now utilize it is if, for example, you don't introduce Quill, but you use like Ugnut as a character instead, and you don't use IG-11, or you use IG-88
that
instead.
Would piss me off.
So it's not optimal. I'm not saying it is, but what my point is that they still could do something with the characters we have in game if they use Ugnut and IG-88 instead of Quill and IG-11 to do the same general event. So I hope that's not it. I want to see more Mando characters. I wouldn't, in this particular case, just based on the timing, I don't see a reason why they would accelerate the timeline of Quill and IG-11. So I probably wouldn't put much stock in just the timeline of this until the.
Well, no, I don't think. I think we'll get the new marquees, but I don't think they're going to do event till. So I think they'll come out here soon, and you've got the new packing, but I don't think until like mid-November or end of November we'll get like an event like you're saying, right? So there's a little bit of a gap there with the marquees, and then give them a little more timeline to give them to go free to play before they do like a legendary with that character. I know it just kind of all points to with Boba Fett being the character and Scoundrels being in the store. It also ties into with the new GAC. So let's talk about that. That's the new announcement, is that GAC will be 3v3, which is my favorite. Not really, if you can't tell by the sarcastic sneer. So this one, it's going to be Bounty Hunter. So we'll read this from CG Crumb. He says, hi, Holotable heroes. In the galaxy's underground lurks all manner of unscrupulous individuals like Finn. Oh, I'm sorry, I added that. Willing to do what others might, first unthinkable for extra credit. If you have the credits, they have the resolve. Or our next theme is Bounty Hunters. There's a few feats that need some clarification as to what units qualify for them. Once again, we'll also give you an approximate start date for each of the feats so you can prepare. And it lists all the, explosive, lucky shot, whatever it takes. It was just a job. You can see all the ones you got here. So there's going to be a lot of feats for the bounty hunters and stuff like that.
This could also be the reason for the Boba Fett, by the way.
I think that's tied in there, but I just think it's a theme overall, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do anything Mando. I think it makes the most sense, but again, we're always grasping at straws with the login character in the month. So I was kind of waiting on commenting on this until we got to it, but yeah. it's could be just Boba's related to the fact that it's the
I think
theme.
Boba is related to this specifically, but I think the theme is Mando. It's Mando theme. I mean, it's about to come out here, in 9 days? So get ready to watch some Mando, boy. I'll tell you what, we're gonna have some fun watching us some Mando, boy. It's gonna be good stuff right there. I'm excited. The other thing is, I keep thinking about 3v3. And we've got these new Galactic Legends. I feel bad for the people that are going to be facing Galactic Legends. I mean, 5s, it's a little bit more manageable. But 3s with Galactic Legends, especially if you're facing someone like me who's going to have 3 Galactic Legends that I can place down on defense, that's just mean, man. I mean, that's brutal. If you're facing someone because of GP, especially with ships, it skews things with more ship GP being part of the matchmaking process. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing it. Boy, oh boy. I don't know, man. 3s of Galactic Legends were pretty rough last time. Loki, I'll go with you first. Do you think now with more Galactic Legends, 3s is going to be more difficult, the same, or it's fine?
I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of videos out there showcasing like Darth Revan taking out a whole like an undersized Darth Revan taking out Jedi Master Luke, and then there's solo SLKR taking out Sith Eternal Emperor. So I mean, it's I think there's more strategy involved with 3v3 at this point, because I mean, you can lay all those new Galactic Legends down, but you risk having them soloed by other teams. So I mean, you just got to figure out.
But a lot of those teams are based off of 4 or 5 characters, right? Like when you think about like the.
No, I mean, there's a Darth Revan team. It's like Darth Revan, Watt, and Bastila that will take out a Jedi Master Luke 5 team. So I mean, if the Jedi Master Luke team can get taken out with 5 members, then you throw 3 members on it, it's still the same thing, right? You can take it out with the Darth Revan team. And then solo SLKR can take out Sith Emperor Palpatine. But, it's...
yeah, but what if you're in a position where the matchmaking's been off? Like, if someone's facing me that's got 1 Galactic Legend and I have 3, that's going to be rough, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're just going to go lighter on offense. But I think at this point, there's... It's gonna take a little time to adjust to it, but I think even right now, like, I mean, I played my GAC in during the pre-stream, and I didn't have a clean win, and my opponent kept all his GLs, so it's basically it's leaning toward offense, right now, and I think that's where it's going to be for 3v3. If they only have 2 Galactic Legends and you have 3 or 4. They're just going to keep a little more, and you got to be tight on your offense,
Yeah.
So it's,
I don't know. I just think the Galactic Legends, man, it's rough, man. I feel it for people that face that stuff. I mean, it's really rough.
Yeah. And they're so new too, right? So the thing is they're still new, and there's a lot of content out there showcasing undersized teams beating full teams of the new Galactic Legends. So, I mean, people are going to take the risk and try it. And if it works in their favor, then they get the points. And same thing with ships. I mean, it's the same thing, right? There's a lot of fleets we don't fight on a daily basis, and they surprise you.
I mean, the fleets are a little bit more manageable, I think, because there's only so many fleets. I mean, you're not going to really be that surprised by anything. And if you've done fleets enough in GAC and things, you get accustomed to what can be on defense and stuff. So
last GAC, I messed up on a Tarkin fleet. I mean, because you just don't fight them.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on. Bomber, what is it? He does burning on your ships, and then you got, Sith Bomber throwing detonators on you. It's surprising. I mean, and you just don't fight these teams in arena. So it's you're taking advantage of these teams that you just don't see, and you kind of trick your opponent, and then they either overcompensate or they or they try to go in with kind of a a surprise hodgepodge team on offense to try to win it, and they end up losing. So it happens. Yeah. I think it's going to be more of the same, but it's leaning toward offense now. until they start putting more spots, you know?
Yeah. All right. 3v3, Finn, you're not a big fan of it as much as, I think you're not as big a fan of it as like I'm not. So 3v3, what do you think?
I mean, I've said my opinion. I'll summarize it again.
Just summarize real quick.
Most of the reason why people like 3v3 is because it's not the same thing as 5v5, where you're basically facing, especially at the higher levels, the same teams over and over again. The solution to that by CG should not have been to create 3v3. These characters have been balanced for 5v5. That's what every game mode has been, is 5v5. To now switch it to threes, I think, is not the correct solution. They should have increased the number of teams so that you go farther into your roster, because we know what teams everyone has at the top, right? You're going to have your Galactic Legends, then you're going to have Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Padme, Grievous, Night Sisters, First Order. Like, we know what the meta teams are, and those are the teams that you see at the top. And when you're only able to put 8 on defense and 8 for offense, you know exactly what the teams are. So it's boring, right? And I completely understand the sentiment of why people like 3v3. My only pushback is that this game has not been balanced for 3v3 in any way, shape, or form. They're literally doing it to keep us busy, because we've said that it's boring and we're facing the same thing. So they made it 3v3 and said, okay, now here's a way for you to strategize. No, the way should have been to make it 5v5 and increase the number of teams on defense. So and that's exactly the reason why I don't get Galactic Legend, because I can use my Jawas all the time. I can use my Ewoks. I can use my Old Republic, right? I can use so many different teams that otherwise would be on the bench for, honestly, for both of you guys, that it allows me to have fun with characters and theorycraft with characters that are lower. Like, I can play around with Mon Mothma as soon as she comes out at 3-star, because I'm not at that point where it has to be relic and 7-starred. So honestly, I think they should have just done 5v5, increase the number of teams, and I still hope that they do this. And that would let you go deeper into your roster and then theorycraft on how you want to put together teams. Because I think, Loki, you were mentioning it, right? Your Rey Jedi training team. And I think it was Thane that posted in like one of the VIP channels. There's a Rey with Jawas behind it now, right? You can theorycraft with 5v5. To think that you have to have 3v3 to theorycraft is wrong. You can see theorycrafting in 5v5. What you need to do, though, is to be able to go deeper into your roster, so you're not only looking at like the top third of your roster. And that's where I think they missed the mark with 3v3. I am, hopefully, if they do the 2 fleet, I'm glad with that, because it would make no sense to me why they would do 5s with 2 fleet and 3s with 1.
Yeah.
So, like, there is theory crafting that can be done with 5v5. They just don't give players the opportunity by limiting the number of teams that are on defense. It is the same thing actually with Territory Wars. And when they tried with Territory Wars, they went too far. They don't have somebody that's properly balancing the number of teams that need to go in each zone. So I think that should be more of their focus rather than the 3v3. So that's just my thought. I think you could get plenty out of 5v5 if you just let people go deeper into their rosters without the penalty of knowing that they're going to lose if they go too far down and just get like one shot by certain characters.
So one other thing to consider too is the new Galactic Legends. You need 5 characters to get to the ultimate, and you need Jedi Master Luke to be in the leader so he can spread that Jedi buff to all of his allies. And now you're down to only 3 Jedi on your team. That dude will never get to ultimate at all. No way. And Emperor Palpatine, same thing. He needs 5 dudes on the other side to link them up, and spread the what is it, deception or whatever it is. He needs guys on the other side to speed up the charge of his ultimate, and now that's not even going to happen either.
But on the counter flip to that, Rey and Kylo are monsters in 3v3. We saw that last 3v3. They were despicable. They were really bad.
So I mean, basically they made a game mode where you can't effectively use the new Galactic Legends to their full potential. You're probably not going to run Jedi Master Luke in the leader spot, right? Because he gets torn up by Darth Revan. So now you have to run him in a whatever Jedi team in the back where he never gets taunt, because the other Jedi have to fall behind 100% health to trigger his taunt, and it's only for 2 turns. So he's going to sit there and throw Hadoukens at everybody, and that's it. That's all he does. I was a little disappointed with his ultimate, man. He's got his lightsaber out and never uses it.
It looks great.
That's stupid. I think it's dumb. Like, I mean, he doesn't even swing the damn lightsaber. He throws fireballs at everybody.
He didn't swing his lightsaber in the movie.
He threw it over his back down the mountain, right? But
is that what you wanted, Loki?
No, just kind of it was kind of sad, man. I was a little disappointed. The dude didn't throw fireballs in the movie either.
He didn't
but
throw
he does
fireballs.
It in the game. Yeah. So
the Jedi ability fireball.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm surprised
for those of you that saw the for the VIPs that saw the pre-stream earlier, my opponent got 63 points on my Sith Eternal Emperor, and I'm for damn sure he used the solo SLKR to get 63 points on it.
Well, yeah, SLKR is SLKR.
So my Sith Eternal Emperor with trio behind it, right, just went down the drain. And now you got to think to yourself.
Well, then you had that team you faced. It was Jedi Knight Luke team with Old Man Luke with the team you faced with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and it wrecked your ass.
Yeah, that's a good team. I want to put that thing on defense, man.
That thing wrecked Loki's Supreme Leader Kylo Ren like it was nothing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that team on defense, and then keep keep Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for a mirror match, I guess. I don't know, because we keep all those Jedi for Supreme Leader Kylo counter, but if people are keeping Supreme Leader Kylo for offense now, then it kind of you don't need a counter to that team. You're never gonna see it. So it's
I just threes just doesn't do it for me. I get it, people like threes. Hey, more power to you. You're just never gonna convince me that
threes is terrible, man.
Yeah, I just think threes is terrible. Yeah. I mean,
your bounty hunter, like Mando, will never get to ultimate. He'll never get his annihilate. Right?
And you see the same shit on defense and offense in threes. It kind of figures itself out that people use the same shit over and over again. This stuff where people say there's theory crafting my ass. There's the same teams you see. You see a Padme combination. You see the same teams in threes just in every round. It's ridiculous.
You just see it less frequently, and that's what people kind of
that's the difference.
Right? You just don't see it as often. But people have figured out the threes counters too. The only difference is whenever a new character comes in. So now you're going to have the theory crafting behind how you put Piet, right, on defense or potentially on offense, and you theory craft it. How these new Galactic Legends could be 3v3. People have figured out the 3v3 counters as well as the 5v5. Yeah. So it's not like it's much different. And now, like, GG has like all the counters and stuff from GAC listed there, so you can track that. Like, there are plenty of sites right now where people have put their 3v3 teams in, and the only theory crafting really comes from how you counter the new characters and what changes it does down the line.
Yeah, it's pretty much
right. It's just you don't do 3v3 all the time. You do it every other month, roughly. Now they had a weird stretch at the beginning, but it's roughly every other month you do 3v3. So it's somewhat the infrequency that people are like, oh, well, this is somehow new. No, it's really not. It's the same thing as it was 2 months ago.
We have the same spreadsheet. We just got to figure out what is going to be done with Sith Eternal Emperor, Palpatine, and Luke.
Exactly. And that's the same thing that we've been doing with 5v5. You have the new characters, you stick them in there. Like, I've seen enough now where Piet has changed the way that people use their Imperial Troopers.
Yep.
Right? So you could theory craft different things with Piet. You don't need it for threes in order to do that. Mon Mothma changed the way that people use Rebels. So you could figure things out with there. I mean, the changes always come with new characters and new kits. It doesn't come with fives and threes. Nope. It's a novelty to go to 3, but these characters are not tested for 3. So you get all these imbalances. If you like the imbalances, that's fine. And it makes it for a little bit different, but the fact that people don't know the counters, no, people know the counters for 3s. If you're not sure what the counters for 3s are and you're not finding them, you're not looking hard enough. There are whole discords set up to talk about counters for 5s and 3s. You will find a counter to every single team listed somewhere, right? It's not anything new, so.
Yep.
They just need to get us deeper into our roster, not fudging around with team compositions like to the point where like things don't match.
Yeah, and it's just I'm not a big fan, but those that love 3s, I hope you have fun. I'll still do my GACs like always. Finn will still do his GACs like always, and we'll have fun. I for me, really, it's just having fun with you guys. But
honestly, I'm not sure if I'm doing my GACs.
Well, then it'll be more for me. Thanks, Finn.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
No, I honestly may just stream like Surgeon Simulator and some of the other games I enjoy more.
There you go.
Than doing 3v3 GAC. It's 3v3 GAC is not the same. It's not the regular game modes.
I know.
So I don't enjoy them as much.
If you don't
and
enjoy
I don't want to do
yeah,
anything
you
with
absolutely
people that
should not play it. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you 1,000% on that.
I'm saying so. I think more than likely, I'll probably be on Twitch during those times streaming other things.
Yeah, I just think that the skewers would rise up and crucify my ass if I ever did GAC. So it's a little different. Didn't Ranger say life was Kyber and Kyber was life?
It's November. I can cook Thanksgiving dinner pieces.
Well, I don't know. Okay, now we're getting a little crazy talk going here.
I'm going to have all fun.
Okay.
I really hope they
Actually, I
think
we should make you do your threes because I really don't know if I want to see that more than threes. Oh, boy. Okay. So I think that is all the news. I don't think there was anything else announced, so kind of waiting to see what the characters are going to be. I don't know if they're going to come this week or next week or anything like that. You can read all the stuff on the forums if you haven't checked it out. So there you go. All right, so we've got that squared away. We set my GAC defense today. We'll do 5v5 GAC defense. GAC tomorrow. Finn will do his right after mine, so we'll get some more GAC action for you guys. Should be a lot of fun. And we'll see how it plays out. Cool. I don't have the Patrons and stuff in, so we can just go right into Q&A and start interacting with the skewers. Because I can see there's a lot of questions going on in there, and that's good. I like to see that. Good job, skewers.
I'll get the questions.
But we only have... Okay, wait a minute. We have 84 people watching. We're up to 90, and we only have 26 likes. What's the deal, yo? Hold on. Let me highlight Loki here for a second. Let me highlight him. Loki, give the sad look. Look at this, Puno. Look at that sad face. How can you not give a thumbs up to that? I mean, look at that. Look at that mug. How can you... Sad Loki. Do you want to see sad Loki? Is that what you want? Because by not hitting that thumbs up, you're making Loki sad.
We need like that sad Sarah McLachlan music in the back. For the price of one thumbs up on this YouTube video, you could put a smile on the face of Loki.
All right. Nightmare. Loki's sad face is the same as his happy face. Oh, that's fantastic. You know a team that you did use today, and I'm really thinking of relicking them up now. They're Sir Locomotive. The Troopers, man. You destroyed the Geonosians with the Troopers. God damn, that was impressive, dude. That made me be a little chubby.
So Finn talked about Piet earlier, and one negative of Piet, and the dude is an incredible tune, because you can use him everywhere. But he's the only Imperial trooper that doesn't share his abilities. Can you imagine if that dude could share his abilities with the other troopers? I mean, man, whoever developed that kit, I mean, dude, that deserves a round of applause, that kit, because it's he wakes Vader up. And then you don't have to
already woke. You don't need to wake Vader up very much.
His lead is fantastic. I mean, you look at his lead; it's like -15 speed to the enemy, to the opposing team. Just a bunch of penalties, and then he gives offense up, potency up, all this good stuff, and his unique is incredible. Giving that one the Emperor's buff or something, and damn, man, that tune is amazing. They need to make more kits like that. That you can put in different teams, and you can use them differently, and it's such a fun kit.
Well, I said this in the lunch stream, and get your thoughts on this, Loki. I think since the disaster, which was the first two Galactic Legends, he's just been really knocking it out of the park. I mean, you know me, I am not a CG apologist. I will crush them when I feel necessary. And I'm known for my epic rants where I have bombed them to death. That being said, I haven't had a lot to complain about this year. I mean, you go down the line, Mando, Grief, Kara, really, really good tunes, especially Mando and Grief. Jedi Luke was fantastic. The Vader rework was fantastic. 3 Baka, fantastic character. I mean, 3 Baka is unbelievably good. Mon Mothma's a solid character. Piet, a solid character, right? I mean, just down the line, the only thing we're lacking, and I still give them, is we need more content, right? We're getting all these great characters, and I agree with you, Piet, too. You can throw him in there. Really good kits, really good characters. We just need more shit to use them in besides GAC, TW, and TB. We've been doing this forever, so that's my one mark against CG. But hopefully they get that shit going soon. So, all right, I will digress because Finn is looking a little sleepy. Hold on, let's spotlight Finn. Let's spotlight him. He looks a little sleepy, folks. Let's see what the chat has to say. So we'll spotlight for everyone Finn. All right. Does Finn look tired to you? Do you want to see a tired
I'm
Finn?
always tired. All right.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and jump into questions here.
Yay!
And let's see. First question, Nathan H. What are your favorite non-Galactic Legend counters for Jedi Knight Luke?
Plenty.
What's your favorite one? I don't face Galactic Legend Jedi Knight Luke.
Well, what do you like, Loki? I'm gonna make this a Loki spotlight since we made him the sad face.
Yeah, non-Galactic Legend. I mean, that dude. I mean, that team. You can't sleep on it. You gotta throw something.
You gotta be serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, man, you maybe gas, maybe. I mean, I'm going heavy on him because he'll his mass assist and if they get a bunch of turn meter but the problem is again he nerfs speed.
Once he goes,
your team, right?
Yeah, you can't stun him.
And you can't stun him. He's a pain in the ass, man. I mean, gas is pretty. I mean, is hard counter to him.
Mm-hmm.
Jedi Revan, Markham, do your thing with it. It's tough. I mean, Darth Revan has an issue with him. I believe it's
because he can't be feared.
Yeah, he's.
No, the rest of the team will be, so you can leave him for last. So Darth Revan, you just have to basically. You fear the team, you kill everybody else, and then you're like, hi, right. Luke, it's 5-on-1. I think we can handle this. So it's pretty much upper echelon teams that you're going to use because if you try anything else,
unfortunately, you're
going to get poked. And we don't want to see you get poked, not unless you consented. All right, next question, Finn.
Okay. Next question, what else 73? They put Mandalorian packs back up for sale. How many new characters or events do you think we'll get this coming weekend?
We are going to get 3 marquees. I'm going to guess 2, and I think we're all in agreement on Krill and IG-11, right? I don't think anybody's...
Yeah, I think Quill and IG-11.
It's the third one we're kind of thinking. I've actually heard some people saying, why would Moff Gideon be a legendary? And, maybe he'll be a marquee, which would really throw shit into the... You never know, right? And I'm not going to dismiss it. I don't agree with it, and I don't think everybody here does, but I'm not going to dismiss it. I think it's somewhat legitimate. It could happen. You never know the mind of Capital Games. I think it's still Scout Trooper. Right,
I'm gonna go Flame Trooper.
Could go Flame Trooper. We don't have a Flame Trooper. There's been a few. We had the one.
Yeah, Flame Trooper is bad.
So you're thinking more Imperial Troopers then, which would be
to go along with Gideon when he comes out.
So I just don't know. We don't have.
They need to rework Krennic, man. Like they need to make all these Imperial Trooper commanders like.
Yep.
Like if you can put them all on one team, then they share all their uniques. Like. Man, they're really onto something, I think, with Imperial Troopers, and there's gonna be so many of them now. It's just gonna be they're gonna be new scoundrels. I mean, you remember before you're seeing like 3 scoundrel teams and 2 bounty hunter teams on defense. Like, you can now make 2 Imperial Trooper teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think that's gonna be fun.
I think it's creamy.
Yeah.
All right. Next question there, short-haired Finn.
Let's see. Next question is from Nightmare. Question.
What?
Scarier clown, Pennywise or the clown from Poltergeist in the rocking chair?
Ooh.
Oh, it's Pennywise.
Depends what you mean by scarier. If you just look at him, the Poltergeist one is scarier.
No
Once
way.
you get to know Pennywise is messed up.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree with that vehemently. Pennywise, man, come
Pennywise
on.
looks like a normal clown.
Yes, with sharp teeth and all kinds of googly eyes.
Yeah, but you don't
and
notice
stuff.
that much with all the makeup. And the Poltergeist one is just
It's just a
creepy as hell when
toy.
you first see it. Yeah, but still, it's creepy. All right.
Jesus.
DPK question, Ranger. I hear there's.
Oh.
So I saw this, and he messed this up. So you're gonna enjoy this.
Well, okay.
DPK question, Ranger. I hear there's something possibly coming next Monday with a very special guest. Now he didn't put question after it, but he said, "Oh, sorry, not Monday, Tuesday."
I think I already pimped the. Yeah, it's me and Lady Pool next Tuesday. We're gonna have its anime. What did I call this? Sorry, I've been so beaten down. I can't even remember what I called the goddamn thing. Hold on, I'll tell you the channel it'll be on. Uno momento por favor, because Ranger was not prepared for that question. Let me give you a second. And Twitch wants to be slow. I'll pull it up now. Maybe. Sort of. Maybe. Come on, Twitch, man. Goddamn. Okay, it's not pulling up. Why isn't it not pulling up? Okay.
This one that
crap. I think we called it God, what did we call it? It was anime something. Rageaholics or something like that. Or Junkaholics or something like that. I'll find out for you guys and put it in there. This is I just remembered. I just wiped everything off this computer. That's why it's not pulling up. Shit. Oh, God. Well, that's not good.
Science. All right, next one. Stonewall. Question. Can you talk about your hopes and theories for Mandalorian Season 2 around the corner? I'm honestly not putting... I actually kind of like going in without any hopes or theories, to be honest. Because it feels like it's a new story completely, and I guess I trust in the producers of The Mandalorian, where it's like I'm not really coming up with any hopes or theories right now.
Glowing reviews
I don't know what I want. Like I don't know if I want Baby Yoda to become a Jedi. I don't know if I want him to become a Sith. But I think it'd be kind of cool if he somehow turns into a Jedi. Right?
David was always on time.
I don't know.
And his work was great.
The relationship between the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda is really sweet, but is that something I want to see continue or what? So
he's also a singer-songwriter.
It's a combination of things that I think are pretty cool. They're saying that your Twitch has audio on and they can't hear me.
I said, sure.
Shit.
And I have to say.
There you go. So yeah, so I'm not expecting anything with the hopes and dreams as it comes to like hopes and theories and stuff with the Mandalorian. I really do want to see how they decide to just control it all the way through, right? Whatever direction they take, right now, I've been really happy with the way they've taken the Mandalorian. So I'm kind of just enjoying going along for the ride. I'm not really going into season 2 with any expectations, honestly. Ranger Loki?
No, I don't have any expectations whatsoever. Oh, okay. No. The channel is Enemy Bingeaholics. I'm stupid.
There you go.
But in regards to, and that's on YouTube and Twitch, we just created it. So in regards to Mando, I don't have any expectations. I want to see where the story with, so there's a couple things that I'm curious about where they're going to go with it. We know Boba Fett's coming, how they're going to handle that question. We know Ahsoka's going to be a part of this. Okay. Sabine going to come in part of this? She's Mandalorian. I'm interested if they do a character with Sabine, right? And then what is the journey of where this is going to take us, right? How are those characters going to be involved with the story? Where they take the story, I don't really care. I trust Filoni and
I think Sabine is the armor, but that's just me.
I don't think she is.
She's got to be somebody. Is? I don't know.
She went from that punky girl that went after Ezra to that? I don't think so.
Hey man, she can build armor, so
that's true. But she was more of a tech artiste. I don't know if armor would really fit Sabine. Maybe, later in life. I don't know.
I mean, she made those, what is it? Those,
yep.
What are they called? The wasps or whatever?
That's true.
I don't think the armor is just the armor. She's got to be somebody.
No, I think so too.
Could be, I don't know. Could be Ahsoka. I don't know.
Learning more about her and how she got out of that situation too is something I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Actually.
Like, are they even going to talk about it? Like, because remember, this is what, 6 to 9 years after Return of the Jedi?
And what's her name? The is it one of the Christs going to be there too? What's her name? They already confirmed her. One of the
what?
One of the other. What's her name? Yeah, man, what's her name? Now I gotta look it up. Hang on.
There has been some that's confirmed. I'm trying to be cautious about talking about too much of it.
No, I know.
Yeah, so because I know some people don't want any spoilers and stuff, so we're
It's
trying
not really
not to give
spoilers.
anything.
It's not really spoilers because we're just the characters there. Okay, don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
but there's
it.
not a lot that. I mean, some people haven't even watched the trailers intentionally. So.
Oh well, they didn't really show anything in the trailers. This is purely speculation out of our butt. So.
Yeah, we can go all night. We can go all night on it, man. It's pretty cool. I'm excited.
That's what I'm looking forward to. How those characters are going to fit into the story. I'm mainly interested in Boba Fett. I mean, I love Ahsoka and I love Sabine, but Boba Fett's one of my favorites, and I'm really interested to see where he is in his life.
Yeah, because the last time we saw him, he was in the Sarlacc pit, right? That's the last time we saw him.
He was being slowly digested over 1,000 years, right? Now in the Legends books, Danger comes and helps him get out, and there's that whole story. So maybe they run with that.
Next question then from Deadpool Kyle. Question is for Mixmaster DJ Loki. Any new lightsabers you're working on?
No, nothing crazy. It's been the whole lightsaber building thing for me. It's really changed. But yeah, I mean, I did a little bit a Yoda lightsaber for my nephew, and I had a couple of builds. But I mean, they're just older chassis that I had, hilts that I had. But the stuff that they're doing now is pretty crazy, and a lot of the builders that I knew, they actually stopped because the manufacturers started building, and they made the electronics a little more simpler. And it's if you can get it at cost, then you can actually you can actually buy a completed custom hilt from a manufacturer, and it's cheaper than buying it from a builder. So that's why I kind of pulled out of it. But yeah, I mean, I can I'll post up some stuff I have on Discord that I did recently, but nothing crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then DPK question around the corn. Who's excited for 3v3 with 4 Galactic Legends?
Next question.
Yeah. Nightmare question for Loki. What is IN Caw Patrol? Are you merged?
I mean, we can talk about it. That'd probably be its own stream, but no. So I mean, one of our, there were 3 TI guilds, and one of them left us. So there's 2 of us left.
That's it. And Caw Patrol is not merged, right? Caw Patrol is one of the 2 that's still there.
Yeah, we merged with TI. So there were 2 TI guilds. So we merged with the TI guild that Thane is in, and then we are Caw Patrol, and they changed their name to Cobra Caw. So shout out to my guildies from there. But yeah, we're keeping the TI name alive. The other TI guild, I don't know what the plan is with that, but
that was blue. That was TI blue, right? Or
yeah, and no, I mean, we got good friends in there, and hopefully they can figure out what to do. But yeah,
there we go. Let's see. Next question. DPK question, Finn. When can we expect more Dr. Finn Surgeon Simulator?
Hopefully not anytime soon.
Possibly in November. Like I said, I'm not really big on 3v3 GAC, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it, because honestly, the teams that I have fun with, they don't work in 3s. Jawa team doesn't work in 3s. Ewoks don't work in 3s. They've kind of negated factions that have a 5-person setup designed to work together with 3v3. So I kind of lose interest when I can't use the characters that I want because the synergies are gone. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing 3v3 GAC, but I will continue to try and stream in the afternoons, which means during the afternoons, you guys may get some other games like Baldur's Gate 3, like the Surgeon Simulator. Might even do a couple of cooking simulators.
You know what, Finn? I'll do Baldur's Gate with you, Finn. If you do Baldur's Gate once I get the PC fixed, we'll do some Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah, exactly, Thane.
Well,
Spoken
after
like
I
Urza.
suffer on the
Nobody
hill.
should be streaming something that they don't enjoy. So
Yeah.
why would I? So yeah. I'm not sure if that was intended to be an insult or not, because Thane just trolls, but I don't think he knows what he's saying half the time.
Well, he's a
Just
potato head.
Just like he doesn't know. Okay. Next question is Nathan H. question for Finn. Could we get a Halloween edition kitchen simulator?
Ooh.
We're not gonna have a lot of time on Halloween. It would be earlier than that. Potentially we could do like a like Halloween cookie creation or something before. I'll see. I don't know what we would do for a Halloween edition. They would have to put something in the game. There are a bunch of games, however, that have added a Halloween theme to it that I may start playing again. There's kind of a silly Viking battle royal game that I played a few times. It's called Mordau. They introduced like a whole bunch of Halloween stuff in there. I wanted to go in and see how that is. Might do like a Mordau stream every now and then. Yeah. I'm not sure what else, but yeah. We'll look to see. I'll look to see what other games have come out with Halloween stuff. I'm sure Heroes of the Storm has come out with Halloween stuff. So it's possible that they're gonna do some more of Heroes of the Storm. I'm sure there's other games. So yeah, there might be some other Halloween edition. I'm not sure about Cooking Simulator though. Nathan H. question around the corn. Which Star Wars character would you most want to cosplay or have as a Halloween costume?
I already have a Darth Revan. Now, one day I'm going to get the really nice $1,000 costume of Darth Revan, but that's a long ways off. But, I mean, that's the 501st approved one, but that's the one I like. And I've got both lightsabers now, so yay!
Loki, which one would you do? I'm trying to think which Star Wars character. Like I do Jedi Consular Finn, but that's largely because of Galaxy.
Yeah, I have a Jedi outfit that I've worn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But is that the character? Like, if you could cosplay as any character, would that be it?
I mean, if money wasn't an issue, I'd love to do one of those, those heavy, the bounty hunter, but the heavy one, the one with the Gatling gun and all that, and all the armor and stuff like any of the Mandalorian, those other bounty hunters that they got. I think that thing's sweet, man. Those would be really sweet to do a cosplay on.
Yeah, I think if money wasn't an object, I think I would go with honestly, probably with the Stormtroopers and do, what is it, the 501st Legion? The group that like goes around and does all the charity stuff, but you have to have like your polished suit and everything. I think that's what I would do.
I like it.
Yeah, I think I would do.
That's why I want that official 501st Darth Revan, but that's a ways off for us, Finn. But one day we'll get it.
Let's see. Next one is DPK question. Does anyone feel that Squadrons was a bit of a flop? I'm still super pumped about it. I feel like it kind of got overhyped.
It got overhyped and it was a flop.
I don't think it got overhyped at all. I don't think there was anyone really hyping it. That was the problem.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
It can't be overhyped if it wasn't being hyped. That's a
good point. I'll retract my statement then.
It's a fun game. It's a flight simulator game. Flight simulator games don't tend to get a lot of traction. It's played with people that have fun with the game. I'm still having fun.
What happened to it though? Like what happened to it?
It's still there, but the problem is if you're judging games by views, right? The views for Squadrons was not high on Twitch.
No.
But honestly,
not
it was
on
not
Twitch,
expected.
and many people are not playing
not
it
anywhere.
Too, you know, so.
Yeah, but it's not expected to be high on Twitch. It's a flight simulator game, which doesn't really honestly translate very well to streaming, right? The only ones that really get a lot of traction are those with like a whole channel based on reviewing flight simulator games and playing those kind of things. If you have a very Star Wars oriented variety streamers doing Squadrons, honestly, you do it for fun with playing with your community and stuff. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be playing it. Just FYI, at 8 p.m. I'm going to be doing it with like Thane. I think Kalestin's going to join. Maz is going to join, and we're going to do Squadrons for a while. But it really is just a game that you do to have fun. Like if you're doing it for viewers and those kind of things, it's not the right
it's
game.
not that, but I think what's limiting about Squadrons is that the game itself only has really two things. There's the PvP aspect and then the PvE side, but they're both very limiting. There's limited maps and there's no DLCs or anything coming for it. So, when you look at it, it's the same maps over and over and over again. There's just not a lot of content there. There's content in the ship. I think the game itself is really cool. I like Squadron. I think they did a great job with the way you have to like maintain your shields and all that kind of stuff. You get a real feel, and I can only imagine what it's like playing virtually. Would be a lot of fun, but it's also repetitive, and there wasn't a lot there, so there's not a lot of dynamics to the game, and I think that's why it fell off so quickly, because people will binge play games and then after a little bit they're like, okay, there's nothing else going on, well, let's go do something else, so it's, it is what it is. But I still think it's a solid game. I just don't think it's got,
they still have to add more to it. It feels honestly somewhat incomplete.
And they said they didn't have anything planned for it, so I mean,
but it is a lot of fun, and again, we're going to be playing it tomorrow. It's the biggest issue that I saw was that it was our matchups were the same when we played it during the charity stream.
Sure.
It was on the weekend, and it was the same, and I know we played it pretty early, but it was like the same people we were facing, which in some ways kind of spoke to just the variety. Like hopefully people are going to continue playing it and stuff, but I can easily see it being a problem if people aren't playing it. And if you try to do just the PvP matches for fun and stuff, then it's not going to get the variety. So we'll see what it is like tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to play kind of prime timey. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So you guys can check us out when we play that. But so.
Okay.
Let's see. Next one. What else 73? Or no, sorry. Deadpool Kyle. Question: does Grande still play the game? Yes, he does. Nathan H. Question for Ranger: how would you barbecue pork? Wet or dry rub? Smoker or pit?
Wet, smoked. And you got to keep those juices. You just keep those juices going, get the smoke going. Smoked meat's the best.
There you go. Deadpool Kyle. Question: who's frustrated with the no TM bar thing that's been popping around? Well, I think we talked about this.
We talked about that, but someone did mention in the chat, and I can't remember who it was because it was a while ago, that you can look at that by clicking on the character, those kind of things. So there's some things that can be done, but it is a little strange.
That should not be the way you do it.
No, it shouldn't be the way, or combat, something like that.
Yeah. If you're in the middle of like an arena battle and your TM disappears, you shouldn't have to go.
Forget that shit. Finn Mach has said she'll be handling the stick tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
In Squadrons.
Oh, so I actually did. So fun little thing. I have an old, 15-pin joystick from a computer that I had a long time ago. Like this joystick must be 15, 20 years old. It's an old like Logitech Sidewinder Extreme.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't have a connection, but I got the adapter to make it USB. So I am going to be trying that out to see if I can play with the joystick. I did a keyboard and everything. I got used to it once I took off instruments only mode. But I will have a joystick for tomorrow. I'm going to try and test it out sometime during the day if I have time to see if the joystick works. So it'll be interesting to see if that works. So that could be a lot of fun too. Let's see. Next question. Nightmare question for Loki. The guild I was in for TB was affected by the P4 bug. I'm now in a lower TW guild, and CG did not recognize me from makeup rewards in TB. I wrote a ticket. Will CG reimburse me?
It depends how they did the check. If they're doing the check now where it's based, because it sounds like now they changed the requirement, right? Is they actually had it tracked by people who attempted the phase. And then now they said they backpedaled and said they're going back to the guild. It's guild wide now, right? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Whereas the original intent was to flag the people that I guess threw the bug. Because I guess if you stalled out on 2 of 4, that raises a flag in their system, right? So you had to actually go in, attempt it, generate the bug, and then you force quit or whatever you did to get back into your game. But now they said it's guild wide. So, maybe explain that in the ticket that says at the time you were in the guild and you experienced it, And if they're going back to check based on the guild, then you should be good, because the person going into that guild after phase 4, after Lightside GOTB phase 4, they shouldn't get the rewards, right? Because they didn't attempt it. Whereas your situation is vice versa. You attempted it and then left the guild for whatever reason. So I would explain that in the ticket. Maybe hit up Doja Fett, man. I mean, people are tagging him on the forum, and seems like he's getting stuff done. So you might want to rope him in and see what's up.
Yeah. Next question. What else 73? See, quick reminder, if you please, best options for taking down Supreme Leader Kylo and Rey in GAC. My opponent put both on D. I saved a lot for offense, except my SLKR, which is on defense.
Well, we've talked about these counters before ad nauseum, Loki. We've got the Jedi Knight Luke counter, which is Jedi Knight Luke, Basila, Old Ben, Hermit Yoda, and Jedi Knight Revan Lead. That's a hard counter to the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. The other team for Rey, now you're seeing on both teams mix it up, but I'm just assuming that this is just a normal team. Rey is probably going to have 2 tanks at least, but it's the Vader combination. Vader, Watt, Thrawn. Who else do you like on that team, Loki?
Was it Piet and
if you don't have
Probe Droid, I think. I think people do it with Shore Trooper. I couldn't get the Shore Trooper one to work 100%, so I went away with it and just went with Piet. That's why I'm a big fan of him. But yeah, it's a Vader lead with Thrawn, and then you need Watt Tambor in there, and then the 2 can be, I've seen Traya, I've seen Shore Trooper, I've seen.
I said Palpatine earlier. I take that back.
Yeah, they put GAC histories up. I would study those. Yep. That's a good on SWGOH.gg. They put the GAC histories up. So go pick a whale at the top and look at the counters. That's the best way to get a good idea of what's going on.
Okay. Next question.
Okay. Let's see. Next question. Tumblo Drye, question. Re Galactic Legends, is the light side of the Force the pathway to many abilities some consider to be mediocre and disappointing?
Well, no, because if you looked at when the first 2 Galactic Legends came out with Rey and Kylo sucked. It wasn't until they added buffs on him that he became a powerhouse, right? Because Rey was outproducing and outperforming him in every single way. It was way better. And then they added the speed bump and things of that nature to make him, legit. So I think just be patient. If they are underperforming, Kylo did suck, man. Get over it. I know you want to have a hot shower with Kylo naked, but
Kylo unfortunately was worse than Rey, and they gave him 2 different buffs.
Brother.
They gave him 1 buff and an AI change in order to be better. So.
I mean, he was still soloing the raid.
Yeah, but he was getting slaughtered in arena.
But people weren't getting him for.
I mean, you had a counter with gas and 5s and all kinds of bullshit out there that was going on with him.
Yeah, they fixed his AI. They did. I mean, they didn't just buff him though. They fixed his AI.
There's a lot for Kylo. They
did a lot, man, to get him where he is now, and some argue now if he's too powerful. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he is the most powerful.
I think he's still the best. I still think he's the best one to go for. I really do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we'll see. I mean, let's wait to see.
I mean, Luke got an AI buff today. I mean, we didn't cover that, but it was in one of the fixes.
Yeah.
And it was a problem with him where he kept targeting. He's giving random Jedi, even Jedi that have the buff. He was giving. So now the AI should give the buff to a Jedi ally that doesn't have it, and they need that buffed so he can get to ultimate.
Yeah.
So I mean, his AI just got way better, I think, and hopefully they do more tweaks like this.
But let's wait and see what happens. I mean, we've seen this. We've done this show before. So let's see what they do for the buffs. See, because they'll get the data, and if they think that adjustments need to be made, they will, right? And I'm sure the community, which they seem to be listening to more, will give feedback on the characters and stuff. And I know, and they will be more open to listening to that because these are characters that people probably invested money in, things of that nature. So they're a little bit more open-eared when it comes to the initial release of characters like this.
I know you were talking about the fixes, Loki. I know we didn't talk about it, but did you see the one about the Jedi Master Luke event? That one to me was just like an hilarious one because it's just such an odd circumstance. So it was, you can no longer get victory in Encounter 1 of Tier 1 of the Jedi Master Luke event by bringing an enemy exactly to 1 hit point. Apparently getting it exactly to 1 hit point.
Well, remember that happened with mine? I was doing that and we had a couple battles where like I had to clear the whole thing. And then a couple where all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I won?
Yeah, yours Ranger, that was like 1.0, right? That was like alpha testing, where you could clear something by all you had to do is beat the left side Gamorrean guard and you clear it.
I didn't know. I mean, remember we were the guinea pig, so I was. And
then
confused.
when I did it, so I unlocked Palpatine first, but then when I went back to do it, they had already applied that fix where I couldn't just beat the left Gamorrean guard and pass it. So
I didn't know that. Yeah. So, but then after that, I still had that. Remember when we were doing the event? I'm like, okay, I'm confused. What is happening? Is there a certain pattern here, or maybe it's a certain character you take out? I couldn't figure it out, so I didn't know that had been posted on that. So hey, we learned something.
Yeah, it was one of the fixes. It was a fun one to read. Just so random.
It's something they don't even need to fix, man. Nobody cares. They need to fix the Galactic Legends. That's what they need to do.
Yeah. I'm sure they're working.
I don't even know. I remember R2-D2 got to like no health and all of a sudden like victory. I'm like, what? What happened? I know I cleared most of the team, but R2's about to die. What is happening?
All right. Contingent 33 question. What would the 3v3 teams be for the new Galactic Legends?
No. I mean, Palpatine, you're going to have to run tanks, Loki, unless you can think of something else. I mean, sure.
I have no clue to run with him, man. I mean,
Luke, I don't think Jedi Master Luke, even with the ultimate, is going to work because you need to get. I don't know how that's going to work. I think you're probably going to have to use, if you're going to put him on defense, you go Jedi Luke, Jedi Master Luke, and.
Couldn't you go Revan lead?
You could.
And then with your rest, you can do like another Jedi team with like Basti, Grandmaster Yoda, and Jolie or something like that.
You could. I mean, it's going to be one of those things where we'll have to think about it a little bit. But I mean, it's different.
Yeah, you're not getting to his ultimate. It's just you're just not doing it.
Well, the reason I was thinking
he might
Jedi
not even
Knight
make
Luke,
it to his ultimate before he wipes you, right? The Galactic Legends are still fairly powerful. He may not even need his ultimate.
I still think the two Lukes and like a Jedi Knight Revan would be pretty potent because they're going to take a lot of turns and build up. So that might be a legit team there. I don't see much else working with Luke, man. I mean, I just don't. Oh boy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people do the 3v3 teams. Okay. See, Nightmare question: what comes first, a new set of Galactic Legends or CG fixing GAC divisions? I don't think divisions need fixing. We've had this discussion. Divisions do nothing except introduce new reward tiers. That's all that does. That doesn't change.
It's all about bragging rights with GAC. It really is nothing else. I mean, it's just a chance to test your team against other people's teams and
it's sandbox. It's
a sandbox mode. That's not a sandbox mode. So.
GAC does not change matchmaking. It'll change matchmaking to a very small, minute person, but that's it. So if you want divisions because you want more rewards, that's fine. Say that you want to change in the matchmaking, that's different.
I do agree. We do need one more, and if they are thinking about rewards, right? In the sense of
that's the reason to change. That's the reason to add divisions.
Because if
divisions is rewards.
If you're going to add more teams and stuff like that, you should increase rewards for the higher divisions if you're going to do.
I'm fine with that.
But yeah, the matchmaking is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to face Loki anytime soon in GAC, and Finn's not going to face me anytime soon in GAC. So the matchmaking still needs some tweaking, I think. But it's it's just for rewards purposes.
Yeah. Let's see. Nightmare question for Loki and Ranger: how was using lactose Luke in Lightside TV? Did it make it any less insufferable?
No, he's a beast. Look, I don't know about your experience, Loki, but I went 4 for 4 with him in all the Jedi missions. He is a goddamn monster.
Yeah, you don't have to use GK. That's the big one. So now you can actually try to attempt the GK mission.
Yep.
In phase 2, I think, which is still god near impossible. I mean,
Well, yeah.
I got dudes in my guild that have all Relic 7, Sarge and Cody and GK, and you still can't do it. It's impossible.
But with Jenna Master Luke and Jenna, I mean, it's easy peasy, man. I mean, I 4 for 4'd everything. And if you had that with Gas, and you had that with if you have Ray, I mean, the problem with territory battles is not so much the battles now until you get to phase 4. That's a different monster altogether. And maybe like, the GK special mission, things like that. It's when you get to the sheer amount of GP needed to beat that, man. I mean, we're 4 for 4 and everything and stuff, but we're not even close. We're not even sniffing higher stars because we're nowhere close to the GP.
You need to complete all the missions, and they all have to go 4 for 4. That's just what CG is going to do to us now. So,
but even then, you still need to get a shit ton of GP, and unless they start introducing characters all over the place and ships all over the place, it ain't happening anytime soon. So, I think for light side GOTB, once you get the characters up and relic and rocking and rolling with those teams, you can get 4 for 4 all over the place. I mean, I had that one stream I did here on Twitch where I went 4 for 4 in all the battles, in phase 2, where it's like, okay, let's use Luke, 4 for 4. All right, let's use Ray, 4 for 4. All right, let's use Gas, 4 for 4. So it really comes down to just what are they going to do for the GP discrepancy.
Okay. Let's see. Next question is... Do that one. What else? 73. Question. So in 3v3, will Slacker with Daka and Zombie still be an effective defense? That's an interesting one.
Yeah. It could.
You don't have as much cover for Daka, though. So you could kill Zombie and get to Daka a little bit easier, right? Without the threat of additional characters on the team potentially attacking.
I mean, the problem is you have to outspeed SLKR. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of teams
no
that
way.
do it.
Unless you go into somebody that can't be stunned like a Jedi Luke or something, you're going to have a character stunned, and that completely can throw off your synergy with that team because he's going to. He's first move is going
the Daka team is like, dude, that's a good team, man. Because you have to kill Daka twice.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen. And if you kill anybody else on the team, she reses them, right? So it's just...
It's a nasty
There's only
team.
2 other people. It's either Slacker, who you're probably not going to kill, and the other one is Zombie. And if you kill Zombie, Daka's health is just going to go up. So she's going to be even harder to kill.
Yeah, and Zombie's always going to have taunt because of SLKR.
I mean, that's the team I was thinking of running with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for 3s. I mean, that's the first thing that registered.
That's what I ran. That's what I ran last time.
I'm like, I'll just go put Red Lobster, Trooper, and Hux with the crew and put that as a 3v3 team. Good luck.
Yeah, I think that would work perfectly fine. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. It's just you wouldn't, as long as you can. If you have a team that can get to Daka somehow, but you have to get to her twice, and chances are she's going to be modded with a whole crap load of health. You're not going to be able to burn through her. So yeah, I think it's going to be effective.
I mean, you saw me earlier on the pre-stream. I mean, if you throw a Padme team with GK, that sucks, man. So, yeah, 3v3 sucks, man. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'll do it. It's free. It's free stuff.
All right. Next question is for Thane Kyrell. Question for Finn: did you place your Imperial troopers on defense or keep them for offense?
Oh,
I have them for offense, Thane. I won't put my Imperial troopers on defense. Their gear is too low for that, so I want to save them for offense for control. So I can control them instead of having the AI take over. But yeah, I have them for offense for us tomorrow.
Good man.
See, Nightmare question: how many times will Baby Yoda get punched in season 2 over under 1? Awful. Next question, Nightmare question: will Sabine get a Mando tag, and if she does, will Fulcrum get a Phoenix tag? Sabine is a Mando. Fulcrum was not a Phoenix. So
she was Fulcrum.
Yeah, she was Fulcrum. DPK, who's excited to see Urs return to the holotable?
I am. I mean, I know some people don't like Urs and some people love Urs, and you like who you like, and you don't like who you don't like, but I mean, Urs has always been a friend of ours, and he's a good dude, and you know, he's a personality just like we are when we're streaming. You know, we kind of put on personas when we're doing this stuff, and you know, Urs is an acquired taste. Either you love him or you don't like him. You know, I mean, there's people that like certain streamers and not other streamers. You know, and that's fine. I mean, I don't expect everybody to like us too, but I think it's good. It's good to have Urs back. I mean,
I hope he just enjoys it, right? He did not enjoy the game
he did not.
when he stopped.
Yeah.
And so I was actually happy that he stopped because you could tell he was just not enjoying himself when he was streaming. It's also the same reason why I don't want to necessarily stream 3v3 if I'm not going to enjoy it. It comes across when you're streaming that you're not having fun while you're streaming, right? And that's not what people want. People don't want to come and see you angry and miserable unless that's your whole shtick. But I personally, like, I'm hoping he's back and he's happy, because when he's happier streaming Galaxy of Heroes, it's a fun stream to watch.
It is.
When he gets angry and is just like raging on every battle and kind of complaining about the game, it's not as fun. And I think he realized that too. So I hope Urs is back and happy and will enjoy it. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's good that he's back. I mean, there's lots of fun content creators out there. Find the ones you like. Don't watch the ones you don't like. Simple.
Yuta, question. Finn, did you ever get the bus simulator like I told you when it was free, and will you play it? I don't remember if I got it, Yuta. I have to check. I've been getting a bunch of the free games. I haven't installed them, so I may have it. I don't know. It could be just like a whole week of just me doing random simulator games. Okay. Possible.
Yeah.
And I still have that, was it Goat Simulator that was on Steam for free? I think it was Goat Simulator.
Goat Simulator.
I have that too.
Good Lord.
So, Doc Ravage, question for Loki. Do you think either Jedi Master Luke or Sith Eternal Emperor needs a buff? And if so, what?
Yeah, man, they both need work. I mean, I think Luke is far better off than Sith Eternal right now, based on just what I've seen. Sith Eternal is really good on offense. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Luke is good both ways, but Luke is just horrible in the leader spot, and that opens him up to the exploits of Darth Revan and all those other teams that the other content creators are making and showcasing and all that. So he needs to. I mean, on Luke, just off top of my head, they need to figure out how to get to his ultimate faster. And then they need to somehow have him immune to fear or, something to that effect. Because having him as leader right now is just horrible. Like it doesn't work well. People are going to use Darth Revan to beat him, and you can run an undersized Darth Revan, which is even worse. And we were talking about 3v3 earlier, that he needs just help to get to his ultimate faster. And then Palpatine. So the thing is, I went for Palpatine first, and I've been trying to run teams. I've been trying to do stuff. And my opponents in GAC are actually nice enough to share with me. Oh, I use this team and totally wiped it and one hit KO it and all that on defense. And there's a lot of issues with Emperor Palpatine where he doesn't heal enough. When he goes his ultimate form, he loses his heal. His first ability is actually really good when he's kind of mounted on the claw, and it basically, he recovers 80% protection or something, and then all the other Sith assist with the attack. When he gets into the ultimate stance, his Annihilate, if you want to call it that, and the problem with his Annihilate is it only instantly defeats linked enemies. So if they're not linked, they just get massive damage, and most Jedi or whatever survive it. But he needs a heal of some sort so he can 1v1 Rey, because he has a better chance of going a 1v1 Rey and beating her when he's not in ultimate. If he's in ultimate, he can't beat her because she's gonna whirlwind and go to her ultimate, and that's it. So he really needs a heal, and and again, his ultimate just has to come up faster, because against Supreme Leader Kylo, there's no chance. You just can't beat him. You can't beat Kylo, because Kylo can get to ultimate at 60% and just keep spamming it, and wipes out Sith Eternal Emperor. So there's definitely a laundry list, for Sith Eternal Emperor. Jedi Master Luke, I think, is in a better shape to fix rather quickly. And you know, and they need to do something, man, because I think the whales are getting upset. I'm a little disappointed with them, but it's you know, it's they need to do something because you shouldn't be able to solo any Galactic Legend team.
No, I agree with that statement.
And you shouldn't have, you know, you just can't underman a Galactic Legend team with a non-Galactic Legend. I think that's just stupid.
Agree.
Yeah, and they got to fix it.
I blame Finn.
Not wrong.
Bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next question.
I mean, real quick, just all they have to do is make Luke and Sith Eternal Emperor go into damage immunity somewhere in their ultimate or during their kit or during one of their abilities, because that's what makes Kylo and Rey so good is they have damage immunity. So they need to massage that thing into the kits, and I think it's going to get better. You know?
Yeah.
Massage.
And the next question is basically similar, but I'll ask it, but you can add anything if you want. John Moran, would the other Galactic Legends get the Kylo treatment? I think we're basically saying, yeah, both of them probably need something, just like Kylo got a boost.
They have to.
Yeah. Leonardo DeMakelangan, question, is Jedi Master Luke any good in the Heroic Sith raid? Have either of you two tried him in Sith?
I have not.
No.
He's
Okay. There you
not,
go.
or you haven't tried?
No, I've tried. I've tried, but it's just, you know, our Sith raid just goes really fast. But I try him in phase 1, and it's kind of like, you know, he'll still get annihilated. So it's
okay.
It's,
so still Supreme Leader Kylo is the way to go.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. And then last question, Ray Rock, are you going to invite Urs onto the Wednesday night stream as a guest now that he's back?
Yeah, he's always welcome. Love Urs. He's done on streams before, so love that guy.
All right. And that's it for questions. We got a couple coming in right now. Let me see if I can grab those.
Yeah, go ahead.
What else? 73 question. Why does Loki want to massage the Eternal Emperor? That sounds kind of icky.
It does sound
That's
icky.
what he
Shame
does.
on you, Loki.
He's massage hands emperor,
creepy
right?
hands.
He's jazz hands
You're
emperor.
icky. You're very icky.
I am icky sticky. Yep.
And then John Moran, how will you mod Galactic Legend Luke? I'm still a few weeks away from getting him and want to start stockpiling mods for him.
Well, protection, and more protection with some speed. Because they get their damage, the other Jedi, from that stuff. And he's a tank, so think tank. So that's the way I'm looking at him.
Loki, anything different on your end, or same thing, just heavy protection?
Yeah, heavy protection, so he shares that damage buff, I guess, with the I don't know. You could throw like an offense set on him with protection primaries. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know if he needs to be fast, because if he's fast, then he loses his taunt fast, right? That's the problem. If he's in the leader spot, then yeah, he has a locked taunt, but he gets, you know, it's not that he's not that great in the leader spot right now. He's good outside of the leader spot, and he only gets taunt for 2 turns. So keep that in mind.
All right. And that's it.
All right.
That's it for questions.
So we'll wrap it up with that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I don't have the end screen set up, so usually we have an end screen for you guys. But check us out on many sites, Twitch and YouTube. We have a Twitter account. Anything else? I know you're working on the website, Finn, but so you
the
can
website has the information for the Magic the Gathering tournament.
That's true, it does.
So you can go to realityskewedgamers.com, click on streams up at the top, and you will see the information for the Magic the Gathering tournament. It's also linked in the Tiltify reward as well.
It's not wrong. So if you want to check that out, you can. But hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitch, because we do a lot of stuff over on Twitch. As Finn said, he'll be doing a lot more stuff like that. Tomorrow for the streaming, we'll have the lunch stream. I'll do my GAC, and then after that, we'll have Finn do his, and then you won't see me because I will be basically gone. Boy, will I be gone on the hill. Waiting for some other stuff to come in, and probably Friday after the stream, I will probably be working on computer stuff for the next 2 days, trying to get. Friday's going to be a big computer day for me, so I'm going to be taking stuff apart and trying to get stuff fixed and then get stuff downloaded and things of that nature. So, but we've got a lot of streams coming up for you guys. So, tomorrow they're going to do Squadron, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then we'll just play it by ear. So, thank you guys for being here tonight. We really appreciate all your support. Keep hanging with us. We'll keep entertaining you. Last thing I'll say is wash your hands, wash your face, do your social distancing, wear a mask. Coronavirus is still getting way, way out of hand. So please, 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 please do the right stuff. All right. I'm going to have myself, Sir Loki, and Dr. Finn. Everyone have a great rest of your night, and we will watch you later. Peace out.